Okay. And then so in order for me to become a cash buyer,
Mhm.
let's just say I have a small down payment.
Mhm.
How
Mhm.
do pre-qualify me to become eligible for this program? What are the
Right.
requirements for me if
It's
I'm a buyer?
it's almost exactly the same as a traditional pre-qualification. We have to run credit. There's a minimum credit score. We have to look at your income to make sure that you make enough money. There are a little more, and I say little, and I really mean little. There's a little more conservative underwriting approval for NAF Cash because again, we really need to make sure that you're qualified for this loan because we're giving out a $600,000 check in our
Okay.
company's
Okay.
name to make sure that the loan is approved. So usually a 700 credit score or higher is required. We do not accept, well, FHA does not do a property like this, a transaction like this, because FHA requires that if one person is going to buy a property, they can't sell it for 90 days. It's called the anti-flip rule. FHA does not allow flip properties. So if you only qualify for FHA, like if you have a 610 credit score or a 620 credit score, NAF Cash is unfortunately not going to work for you because we're looking to flip the property back to you after a couple of weeks. We don't want to wait 90 days, which FHA requires. So it's for VA buyers. It's for conventional Fannie and Freddie buyers. Up to about $1 million loan amount is the biggest loan amount that we give. But if you have a large down payment from the sale of your home, we'll do a sales price up to $2 million. So
Okay.
there's a lot of buyers in the LA area who can qualify for this type of product.
Okay. Okay. And then so I have to have a high credit score. My income needs to qualify for the new mortgage. But in terms of the actual down payment that I could have if I was going to be a traditional buyer, how much do I have to have down, to be able to
Yeah,
do this?
5 to 10%. It's
10%.
usually the first time home buyer program does allow a 3% down for first time home buyers, but for this NAF cash program, it's in between 5 to 10%.
Okay. Okay. So then in this scenario, um, the process would be you get pre-qualified with your income,
Mhm,
with
mhm,
your credit,
mhm, mhm,
the equity you have in your home.
mhm.
I would go and I'm just walking through the process. I would
Sure.
make offers cash. Let's just say of the three offers, mine's cash, theirs is with a community. My offer is accepted. So then at that point, you said there's about a 10-day inspection contingent period, which is typical for me to inspect the
Typical. Yeah.
property and see,
Mhm,
what's going on, that you can't visibly see, negotiate some credits potentially or repairs, and then
mhm.
cash. You close escrow on the property. Now what happens?
Yeah, no, I mean the two steps that I do want to kind of add to what you just summarized. You summarized beautifully exactly the first few steps. The realtor that you're working with does need to take a 45-minute live training because the real estate agent actually executes two purchase contracts when you're ready to buy the home.
Mhm.
They execute the purchase contract for us to buy the property all cash, and then once we take ownership of the property, they execute the second purchase contract for us to be the seller to you, the buyer. So the realtor needs about a 45-minute training, and I think you went through that training
Yes.
already.
Yeah.
It's pretty straightforward. And the realtor actually gets paid after the first transaction. So,
Oh,
it benefits the realtors really like that, to get paid before the buyer gets the keys is usually does not happen. So that's
okay.
one clarification. The realtor does need to go through a training class.